Hello, my name is Jackson Klein. I'm going to teach you how my family makes fried chicken, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you tried this at home ever, I hope it turns out good. It's taken me a couple tries to try to do it like my grandmother, but we're going to give it a go. So I've already had my chicken marinated for about an hour. And when you marinate your chicken, you want to do about half a cup of whatever hot sauce you choose. I choose Frank's. You can use Texas Pete. And then I put about 1 tablespoon of seasoning salt, and I mix those together for a while, and I let it marinate in the refrigerator for an hour. It takes a while, and that's about what it's going to look like, or what it should look like. For the ingredients for this, you're going to need some eggs, you're going to need flour, you're going to need vegetable oil, canola oil, and like I said, Frank's Red Hot Sauce, paprika, poultry seasoning, cayenne pepper, and then Lowry seasoning salt, or whichever one. And then for our batter, I know this is going to seem weird, but we use club soda, and believe it or not, a lot of restaurants use club soda, and whenever I found out my grandmother used club soda, I was like, wow, that's kind of weird, but apparently it helps with get like a little bit more oxygen into the batter. It makes it a little bit more crispier, so we're going to use club soda. So, and I've already had, while you're doing all this, you want to have your oven heating about high. I've already had it on high for a little while. You want your oil to get a little bit hot, but then when you're about to drop your chicken in, you're going to drop it to where I have it about right now, about medium heat. Because if you keep it on high, the chicken, the outer layer, the crust is just going to get burnt, and the inside, it's not going to be cooked as well, and it's going to be a mess. So, alright, here we go. So for the first mixing bowl that you're going to have, you're just going to put 2 cups of plain flour. This is going to be your first coating before you put into your batter and then your seasoning flour. You're just going to have a nice old 2 cups of flour. So now we're going to make our batter. So for our batter, you're going to use you're going to use 3 eggs to make your batter. Go ahead and use this. And always, when you're touching fried chicken and all this, of course, I mean, I hope you know, like to wash your hands, because you touch raw eggs and chicken is pretty bad. So, wash my hands after doing that. All right. After you do that, we're going to put about half a tablespoon of seasoning salt, which I got my measurement thing right here. About half a tablespoon. Sure it's leveled out good. Tablespoon of seasoning salt. And then after that, we're going to do the 2 cups of club soda, which I got right here. Got me a cup thing, cup measuring thing. One more. All right, now after you do that, now you're going to start whisking. I've already got the 2 cups of flour in there already for each one of them. I thought I'd go ahead and do that, get that step out of the way. And when you're doing this, you're going to whisk this, and you want it to look like a pancake batter sort of thing like that. You want it to be real thick. It may take you a minute to whisk this, get all the bubbles and all the carbonation in. And see, as we keep on going, this is what you kind of want right here. It's a nice pancake batter sort of thing. Look at that. That's the kind of batter we want. It's real thick. So our batter's good, and as you can see, that's what it should look like about right there. So now we're going to make our seasoning flour, which again, I've already put the 2 cups of flour in it. So now we're going to we're going to use half a tablespoon of seasoned salt. We're going to use about 1 tablespoon of just regular salt. I'm going to use kosher salt because I like kosher salt. Well, actually, no, I'm just going to use table salt. I can't get that kosher salt lid to come off. Tablespoon of regular salt. Then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of pepper. Any kind of pepper you want. I'm just going to use some ground pepper. The kitchen's going to look like a mess. Then get your poultry seasoning. You'll put 1 teaspoon. No, actually, we're going to use 1 tablespoon. Pepper. I like pepper, so I'm gonna put a little bit more pepper. I don't know how y'all like it, but more salt in there too. Alright. Then after that, after we put the poultry seasoning in, we're going to do 1 tablespoon of paprika. I know I'm making a mess. Let's see if I can get that. I still can't get that off, so. That much. I've got 4 pieces of chicken, but I'm only going to fry about 2 at a time for this one. Then after we do that, after we do our paprika, we're going to do 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper. And then after that, you're going to mix all this in with your hands. You're not going to mix it with a whisk. You're just going to mix it with your hands. I just spilled that everywhere. As you can tell, I'm not that good of a cook. So this, we're just going to mix in with the hand. This is your seasoning flour. My grandma makes this. This is apparently what Popeyes, this is kind of like what Popeyes does with their chicken. We're going to see if I did any better. As you can tell, I just make a mess everywhere. That's why I'm a biomed major, not a cook. Once you get that all mixed in, and where you can really just see, you see it all mixed, it's all different, that's your seasoning flour. Alright, I think we're about ready to fry some chicken. So, like I said, I've been putting it on a medium heat, but the way you can tell if your fryer is ready is if you put a spoon, a wooden anything, chopstick, wooden anything, you put it in and it starts bubbling like that. So what we're going to do now, is I'm going to get the chicken, check off any excess, just get it up there, you see hot sauce and everything. We're going to put in our first coat of flour, just our first coat. Make sure it's coated pretty well. Shake off any excess. I'm going to put it in the batter. In the batter for a little bit. I'm going to coat, shake off any excess. Make sure you get the excess off, or excess, however you say it. Then you're going to really coat it with this one. This is your seasoning flour. This is the big one. Make sure you really coat it with this. Just good and coated. Shake off any excess. And into the bowl. We're going to do a thigh. Wash my hand real quick. And when we're frying this, we're going to fry for about 10, 15 minutes at the most. Make sure I wash off my hands. So I'm going to do a thigh now. Again, same thing. Make sure it's coated pretty good. Shake off any excess. Put in the batter. Put a little too much on that one, I think. Make sure it shakes off, get the excess off. Put in your seasoning. So that make sure you get really nice and coated. And into the bowl. Wash off my hands. Like I was saying, you're going to fry this for about 10-15 minutes at the most. It just gets good and crispy. You see we already see a coating right there. I'm just using my wooden spoon that I use it just to turn it around a little bit. But like I said, I've got it on medium heat right now because the last thing you want to do is burn your chicken. Now you can do more. I've asked my grandma, you could do more if you want to, but just for the time, since I'm the only one who's going to be eating it, I thought I'd just do 2 pieces. But you could do more. You just got to get a larger mixing bowl. And then when you're done, whenever the chicken gets done, what we're going to do is we're going to put it on this. And now see, what I did wrong was I don't think I put too much. I think I put less batter on it than I should have. And see, if you do that, some of the chicken bits will come off. When somebody's been doing this for years does it, it's not supposed to look like that, but heck, it's okay. This is just for me. But you're gonna put it over here and let the oil. You want something underneath it so that way you can let the oil. Because the last thing you want to do is bite into an oily. Unless y'all like it, any greasy chicken. I like mine just to be crispy. So. But to get them out whenever they're ready, I'm just going to use a pair of tongs. Just got some right here. I'm going to use a pair of tongs. I'm going to flip this around, maybe let it get. The drumstick's looking good. I think I messed up on the thigh though, but I mean, it's okay. See, just like that, the coating's falling off, which is okay. That's what it should look like right there. Want a little darker, but should be covering the whole thing. And actually, I think these are about done. Because usually my grandmother uses a bunch, like uses about a couple pieces, but whenever you're done, just take it out. She fries it with a lot of pieces. And there you go. Should be what it looks like. I'm not a professional or nothing, but looks pretty darn tasting, so. Alrighty, well this is my take on how to make my grandmother's fried chicken. Like I said, I doubt you'll ever want to use this again, but if you ever do, hopefully it turns out a little better than mine, but I thought I'd just give it a shot. But thanks for watching, and I hope you get a good grade.